What's happening, everyone? Welcome to the first ever, first of its kind, revolutionary Camp Seek and Shred Ask the Pros panel. I know you guys have some burning questions out there. You've been wanting to ask these guys, but you've been too intimidated to talk to them, because look at them. I mean, these are the top of the top, the cream of the crop. Can't stop, won't stop, game stop. All right, so I don't know exactly what we're going to do on format here. I assume that you guys have some questions out there in the crowd. So what we'll do is, I think I'm just going to, first off, let's run through the pros real quick. That's probably the best thing to do. I'm going to pass the mic. I want you guys to say your name, where you're from, and who your favorite one-wheel rider is. Go.
My name is Kyle Hansen. Hello. I'm from Wheel Fun Stuff, San Diego. What's up? Represent. Favorite one-wheel rider? I'm gonna have to say this guy next to me, Jesse Turpin.
Yo, how's it guys? My name is Jesse Terps. I love to take Terp slurps. And my favorite one-wheel rider is Kyle Hansen. Or how I like to say Kyle Handsome, you know, take your shirt off, Kyle. And I'm from Hawaii, but I live in LA now.
Nice. Hey everybody, I'm Neil Bennett from Roseville, California. I'm gonna say my favorite rider, I'm gonna say Tahoe Dave. He's the one that originally got me to pull the trigger on an XR, so he's the man. Thank you guys.
I'm Zoe Thomas from Delta, Utah, and my favorite rider is probably Dustin Fowler.
Hi, I'm Gabby Soto. I'm from Sacramento, and my favorite rider is probably Neil Bennett.
What's up? I'm Bodie Harrison from Sacktown. And my favorite rider, it's like asking a parent their favorite child, but I gotta give it to the Godfather, the OG, Jeff McCosker.
Yo, I'm Elijah from Sacramento as well. And my favorite rider is probably Adonijah. If you know who Adonijah is.
Hi, I'm Allie. I'm riding out of San Diego, and I'm also, I love everyone, but I was going to give it to the OG Raquel because she's an overall great rider. She's definitely the fastest female rider right now, and also overall great rider with tricks, and yeah, she's a good rider.
She's actually the slowest right now since she can't ride.
Yeah, she was currently.
She's so slow right now, pedaling that bike.
Hey, I'm Jake. I'm from New York City. Just moved to Sacramento. And my favorite rider is Elijah and Bodie when they ride tandem on the board. They count as one.
Yo, what's up? Brendan Schermeyer. Call me Floaty McFly. I'm from Los Angeles, California. And I guess I gotta say my favorite one-wheel rider is my buddy Paul Lee over there. You know, shout out Paul Lee.
All right, there you go. That's them. That's the top pros. And if you guys don't know me, I'm Jeff McCosker. My favorite one-wheel rider is also Raquel McCosker. Because she would kick my butt if I didn't say that. She's pretty hot, too. So, all right, here's how we're going to run it. I think I'm just going to come out there in the crowd, you guys, and we're going to do it with the people, for the people, and we're going to get some answers. So here's what I need from all you guys. Every single one of you needs to think of a question because I am personally going to come up to everyone in the crowd and bother you. And if you don't have an answer, it's going to be really awkward. So good news is I'm starting on this side over here. Yep. Here we go. So think of something, guys. Get those brains working. And here's the thing, no repeat questions. Just saying. Here we go, my man. What do you think? And you see all the best pros in the world up there? You got one chance to ask the question. What is it?
I don't have a question, but it's more of like a thank you.
Yeah, send it, bro.
I want to say thank you to Kyle for when I went out to San Diego when you guys were down there, teaching me how to curb nudge, because it was after that day that I was like, I want to ride this board every single day of my life, and like I want to just like do this and be with the guys and just like spread the stoke.
Yeah, sick. What was the one thing he taught you that actually like unlocked it for you?
curb nudges. It's something that everyone needs to know because it's a game changer, not being able to, or not having to pick up your board when you outride in the street and stuff. So, hell yeah.
Here we go. All right, I like it. Shout out, Kyle. You the man. I know, you've been working this whole entire time and haven't had a second to think for any. So here you go. One question, any rider up there, and you can't ask your husband because that's unfair.
Okay, can I do like a general question for everyone? Okay, so for all of the pro races you guys have been at, what has been your favorite terrain? Like, what's your favorite location that you've raced at?
Oh, that's a really good one. We got a lot of guys here and gals, so let's make it quick.
That was the best question.
I think Dirt Surfers was probably my favorite event.
Same, Eureka Springs.
I'm biased, Shredfest course.
Hey!
Race for the Rail in Utah.
Of course, you say race for the rail. Hold that thing up. Hold that thing up if you can even lift it. My God. Woo! Gnarly.
Either Bootleg Canyon or Dirt Surfers.
Okay. Bootleg Canyon? Really? Wow. Weird. Okay, I feel that.
It's got to be Dirt Surfers Enduro for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that you won that one.
I think I'm gonna say bootleg, honestly.
You guys are wild. Really? Vegas style? Okay. All right, here we go.
Vegas Dirt Surfers.
Very unexpected answers here. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. It's all good.
Go Bentonville.
Okay, FloatLife S4. Okay, there we go.
A little general. I'll just say Arkansas in general, because you got Bentonville, Eureka Springs, and then all the way down to Mount Nebo. Like, they're all built by the same people, so Arkansas, baby.
Boom! Shout out to the Waltons. Buy your stuff at Walmart. All right, next question.
Okay, so they just released new one wheels. Obviously, that's a big thing. What do you guys think? How is that going to change the game?
Ooh, great question. Should we direct this at one of them, or would you like to ask everyone?
I guess, has anyone ridden it?
Okay, good question. Have any of you guys ridden the new one wheels? The Pint X got dropped, and then the GT comes out in maybe January. We'll see.
Want to see a GT?
Stop it! Stop it! Yo, I'm seeing Floaty's hand kind of went up back here, so here, take the mic.
All right, yeah. So I got the Pine X pretty quick. It's I'd say it's a pretty nice improvement on the Pint itself. You know, it's not a replacement for an XR in any means. You know, in the way that they say they put an XR in a Pint, they didn't do that. You know, it's still a Pint. You know, it's cool. I would recommend it to somebody that was looking at a Pint before, you know, kind of thing. It's still sweet. The pushback kicking in faster is awesome. So, you know, you can go a lot faster before the pushback kicks in. So, you know, for someone who wants to go, yeah, it's 2 miles an hour. So, you know, you can cruise, you know, but I still wouldn't say that I wouldn't recommend it to someone to keep up with XRs, you know, end of story. It's like, it's a board, I don't know. It depends. That's my sense.
I got thoughts on the GT.
Oh, we got thoughts on GT from Bodie Harrison himself, the man who got to ride the pre-production Pints back in the day before they got released to the public and said, and I quote, "This thing is like a little mini pocket-sized XR. I absolutely love it." And then it came out, and it was absolutely not that. So, Bodie, what are your thoughts on the GT?
That did actually happen. It's pretty funny. We were ripping around going like, I was with Sly Dog Stroh. We were ripping around going like 22, 23 on the new Pines. Like, oh my God. Pushback wasn't what it is now, and then they got released. I actually made a YouTube video getting them all hyped up, and then they weren't what I rode. But my thoughts on the GT, I think what we've been needing to kind of like level up the trick game and do gnarlier trails and go faster is more power. And they're saying that they're giving us more power, which is exciting. But then Jeff's always said with one wheels, when you turn certain dials up, other dials get turned down. You can't have absolutely everything you want. So having this more power and more range that they're giving us adds 10 pounds to the board. So the board's now going to be 35 pounds, which I think may or may not be an issue as far as tricks go, because weight plays a big part in how tricks work. And so I'm excited to find out about the power that could level things up, but I think the weight is going to kind of mess with tricks And then the board, also those tall rails, it seems like the board might be kind of top heavy and tippy. And it also seems like there's less clearance than the XR. So I think the extra power and extra range and the concave foot pads is going to be really sweet. But I'm concerned about it being too heavy and top heavy. But I think no matter what, the GT is going to level up the trail racing game and make races faster, make them more exciting. We're going to have more low-end torque, takeoff power. We're going to be able to do longer, more extended races. We're going to be able to make it through a day of racing without your board dying, probably. But as far as tricks go, there is a possibility that the Growler is just going to stay the best trick board. So hopefully they don't completely phase out the XR. But basically, I think the GT is going to be incredibly sweet, but I'm only concerned about it being 35 pounds.
Sick. Anyone else have any thoughts on that? We want to move on. Okay, there we go. All right, Alyssa, what you got? You're not allowed to ask Bodie.
Well, I was going to ask everyone in general anyways, but I was just going to say, what's your favorite tricks?
Ooh.
One singular.
One favorite trick. You better not say Bali.
Favorite trick would just be a back nose slide.
Classic. Love it.
I love the way a nice blunt slide feels. You just lock in that tail and slide it.
Yeah, not many people doing those, so I dig that.
I'm not like a traditional trick guy, but any high-speed bonking off-road is my jam.
Yeah, Neil is the master of high-speed bonks. It's very scary riding with him.
I'm not a trick person either, but I like bonks as well.
Bonks it is.
Yeah, same with me. I'd say just on trails, like bonks, fast.
Fast as F.
I really like backside 180s.
True. And you could say Bali.
And Bali's.
Hey, I knew it. Lige, I think I know what you're going to say, my friend.
I mean, I'm torn in between backside 180 and the S spin.
Yeah, that's the ES spin. That's the Elijah Soto. That's a no comply, backside, big spin.
I've always liked no slide variations, just different things with that. But last night I learned how to do back ones, and I think I like those more now.
They're pretty sweet. A lot of votes for back ones. Jake Leary, Professor, what do you say?
I love power slides. Love drifting and power slides.
There you go. Check his most recent reel on Instagram. He does this super sick power slide front three. I definitely stole it and posted it on the TheFloatLife one too, so good work.
I just love airing into no slides. Usually airing into backside no slides. However that happens. Bolly, jumping, ramping. The feeling of being in the air about to slide is exactly where I want it.
Boom. One more convert on the Bali terminology, it seems like. And shout out Floaty McFly. That dude hits handrails right now, and I haven't seen anyone else hitting handrails, so that's pretty wild. All right, we're done there. Next up, I got a feeling this is going to be a really good question, guys.
What's the best change you've done to your one wheel?
Ooh, like best change or mod or accessory, or what do you guys think?
Recently, I just put a tilt kit in my W's.
Yo, that's top secret. Chill.
Well, this top secret thing I did to my board is probably the best thing I've done.
Sick, dude. Awesome. Thank you very much. Jesse, what's up, man? What's your favorite mod?
W's and TheFloatLife products.
Y'all don't, all right, here. You're just trying to get paid too, huh? All right, Neil Bennett, what's up?
All right, I'm gonna go with probably a Trail Pro, but the W's are pretty game-changing as well. One of the two.
Shouts. All right, for someone who rides, I believe, a bone stock board, right? What is your favorite change you could possibly do to your one wheel?
I couldn't tell you because I haven't ridden anything besides stock.
Ooh, you hear that? Bone stock all day, but hey, look at that. There's a reason why she rides stock, because when rubber hits the road, she takes them down. All right, what's up?
I'm gonna say a CBXR because of the power it gives you, and more range in an XR. I don't know, it's kind of like what the GT is doing, but heavier.
There you go. All right, cool. Shout out Chai Battery. Oh, look who finally decides to show up to the party. Well.
got legs.
Oh, really? You're blaming it on your disability right now? Wow. All right, Bodie, what's the favorite mod you could do to your board?
I'm torn between putting like a Street Pro on or bang bumpers, because bang bumpers definitely change the riding up, being able to do long nose drags, being able to steer when your tail's dragging is super clutch on trail, and that convex during nose slides just gives you so much more butter and like tolerance on nose slides. So yeah, I'd definitely say bang bumpers are my personal favorite upgrade.
Boom, sick. Tough to disagree with that one. Lige, what are you thinking?
I'll probably go with, maybe just like homebrew growler rails.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think the growler mod is one of my favorite boards to ride, other than like a trail board, but.
True. I feel that. Growlers. What's up, Allie?
Were you still gonna pay me to promote the FloatLife product?
Oh, cool. Not into the microphone.
Okay. Yeah, so, no, really, I ride a pretty stock board. The only thing I like the stock foot pad and everything, and the Vega tire is all right. But I just changed bang bumpers because that's really the only thing I have on my board.
Cool. One more shout out. All right, Mr. Late to the Game. I know you don't one wheel anymore, but what's your favorite mod?
Ooh, W's for sure, and electric Bigfoots.
Oh, W's and concaves, I dig that. Jake Leary.
W's are a tempting one, but I think I have to go overall with Trail Pro, because if I had to change one thing out on a stock board, it'd be the Vega. Trail Pro.
Solid. Floaty. What you think? So many options for a guy who I don't think you have one OEM part on your board. So what would you say?
I mean, you know, I like the ability. I think the one thing on the board that, you know, both gives you the ability to do tricks better and ride trails better is better bumpers. So, you know, I'd gotta say bang bumpers right now. I would have said float plates if you asked me this before, because that was my first mod I got that wasn't from one wheel, because I just wanted to do tricks. Then I figured out that you can do other things. So I was like, what? Okay, you know, but so bumpers. End of the story. Yeah.
Boom, there it is. All right, that answer your question? We good. All right, got to run all the way to the back. Thanks for sitting in the back of the class. Hopefully the microphone still works all the way back here. All right, one question. You can either ask everyone or one single person. What are you feeling?
It's everybody.
Another everyone. Here we go.
What's your pre-race breakfast like?
Oh, that's a good question. All right, you guys, what part of the food pyramid do you focus on in the morning?
Definitely eat some eggs, but they're called just eggs. They're made out of mung bean, right? Mung bean. Yeah, there's some vegan eggs, you know, they're pretty delicious. You know, that's pretty good. Put them on a bagel. Usually have the other bagel with some jam on it. Get a banana. What else? That's pretty good solid. That's pretty much what I eat right there. And then I'm ready to freaking send it after that.
I did not think egg-flavored beans was going to be the answer, but okay, good work. I'll tell you what, just take the microphone and pass it down so I don't have to run.
So like pre-race, if it's like, I don't know, if we're racing at like 9 in the morning, you know, if we're like doing it super early, then not a heavy breakfast, because I don't like being super full. But if it's like an event where we're going to be sitting around all day, kind of like hurry up and waiting, then I eat a fat breakfast, you know. Not no mung bean, real eggs, some bacon. Yeah.
Well, I had an answer, and then the mung bean like erased my brain. I don't really eat breakfast, but okay. So for dirt surfers, I had pickle juice. I hate pickles with a passion. I would never eat one, but I was cramping up during the race. I drank pickle juice. I ended up winning the ORL race that time, so that worked. Pickle juice.
You didn't tell us you were on performance-enhancing pickle juice during that race. We got to test next time.
Probably some pancakes or cereal.
Yeah, carbo load. I like that.
I'm gonna say like a bagel sandwich with like hummus and veggies. Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe some fruit.
Okay. Well-rounded. I like it.
I'm not super breakfasty typically, but I do like breakfast. I'm just always so spacey in the morning. I forget to do anything I'm supposed to do until I gotta be somewhere. But if I got to do exactly what I wanted to do in the morning before every race, it would be a slice of quiche and shotgun a clean cause.
Okay, we might have a new winner from Mung Bean.
Man, that was funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't typically do breakfast either, but I'd probably just go with like fruit, and probably like apples, raspberries, some grapes. Yeah, sometimes.
Mung bean's pretty good. It sounds gross, but it looks like actual egg. It's crazy. It's the new. It's good. Anyways, but that's not what I was gonna say. I like avocado toast or like avocado on a bagel, and then maybe like a banana and granola bar. I'm usually pretty set to go to lunch. Yeah.
Good old Cliff Bar. That's, yeah.
Solid, that'll get you going.
Solid Cliff Bar, maybe a naked juice, because you're like usually like going to the contest spot. So you're like stopping at 7-Eleven. You're trying not to hit Mickey D's, I would say.
I like that.
Yeah.
Jake Leary, what you thinking?
Well, for race day, you got to get some healthy fats for long-lasting energy, last you all day. So maybe some avocado toast, maybe with some hummus on it, and and of course coffee. Coffee is the most important part of breakfast. So.
Yeah, Jake Leary's onto something. I would say first, most important thing is you got to get your electrolytes in the morning. So I drink a lot of coconut water, stuff like that. And then what Jake said, you got to get your fats, main thing. So avocado, I usually will eat like avocado and salmon and just be really happy after some coconut water.
Don't forget to smoke a bowl.
Woo! Don't do drugs, kids. All right, so I would say, 2 cups of black coffee is my favorite breakfast. But next, AJ, you got a question for these fine folks up here?
You got a question. All right, pros. What do you guys do to go so fast? Actually, that's not my question. That's weird. You guys are just fast.
You should just pick one person and ask him so it doesn't take 30 years.
Sounds good. All right, Bodie, how do you balance your riding life and your personal life?
That's going to be a tough question.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I tried to make my personal life riding. And so it's just all one big thing. And I just try to make time for the things that I want to do and make time for riding also. But I never am actually balanced with it. I'm always just unorganized and chaotic and stressed out. But that's why one-wheeling is great, because it makes me happy.
Hey, he's getting better. I can tell you right when he showed up to Sacramento, he was an absolute mess. Now he's only a mess 10% of the time. He's doing great. Bodie, you're killing it, bud.
25.
We love you.
Love you guys.
Yeah. Hey, look, Zach over here thought he could sneak through and not ask a question. What do you think, Zach? Pick your favorite, maybe not your favorite pro. Pick a pro up there and hit him with the spicy gotcha question.
Jake, favorite shoes to ride in? I feel like you might have a unique answer for this, maybe.
Jake's gonna have a unique answer for everything, so that was.
I just feel like the shoes
I do like
saw
shoes.
you ride in were kind of crazy. So.
These happen to be my favorite shoes to ride in, the Supra Vaders. Just for they are discontinued. They have really good ankle protection. Skate shoes aren't designed for a 30-pound board hitting you in the back of the heel or the ankle. So I really just look for some high tops with some good ankle protection, mainly. And word on the street is I may be working with Dave Stewart from Function to make the first one-wheeling shoe.
Oh, you heard it here first, people. So if you guys want to see anything in a one-wheel shoe, make sure you shout out to Jake and he'll give you the heads up. Good work. Yeah, typical Jake answer. Oh, these are the dopest and you can't get them. Love it. All right, you guys. Pick a pro, ask a question.
All right.
Tyler, is your current injury the worst injury you've had on a one wheel, or you've had worse injuries?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely up there. I broke my leg surfing. That was pretty bad too. But yeah, those two compare. I was in crutches for 6 months with that, so I would actually say, yeah, I didn't walk a lot longer with this, so I'm way more thankful to be able to walking. And I'm 2 months out now, so healing and can't wait to be on a board again. Psyched.
Sick. Yeah, get better soon. Every round of applause for Tyler, man. Torn ACL and goes and wins race for the rail. Absolutely insane. That guy's wild. All right, what's up?
Can you guys show on your hands how many boards you've burned through?
Yeah, that's gonna be a tricky one. Put your yeah. There's a lot there. Jake is claiming only one.
Define burn through.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, what is? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess define burn through.
Made not functional.
For, like beyond repair.
Beyond repair.
Oh.
Yeah, that might be a smaller number. It depends. Okay, yeah, so solid non-answer there. Looks like Zodo 0. Nope, you've never broken a board? Wow. Yeah, that's very impressive, gotta say. Next question.
This could go for anybody, but Bodie, what's your best tip to go fast off-road?
My best tip to go fast off-road would be to use your hips as your accelerator versus your shoulders, because Jeff explained it beautifully in a video we did. And the funny thing is, Jeff, Jake, and I all have a kind of like slightly different opinion on this.
Oh, dude, we almost got in a fist fight over this.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. But basically, Jeff explained it beautifully, which this wonderful, incredible, amazing machine has, say, 100 units of power. And it has two jobs. One is to keep you upright, and one is to accelerate you forward. And so the more of that power you use to accelerate forward, the less power it has to hold you up. So if you're riding really slow, it's got tons of power to balance you and keep you up. You can ride super sloppy. But as soon as you get up to the top speeds, pushing through pushback, hitting 21, 22, 23, the board basically has no power to hold you up, and you're essentially ripping down a trail on a balance board. And so using just your hips as your accelerator and keeping your head and your shoulders back towards the tire uses less weight over the front of the board and allows you to go quicker. And also, if you hit something or need to recover, you can suck your hips in and drop straight down and de-weight your board and reset your weight and come back up. So the short answer is definitely to use your hips to accelerate. Keep as much weight back as you can, because you really need to just use the ever so slightest amount of weight when you accelerate. Like if you guys saw Race of the Rail this year, when I was on Squirrel Pig straights, just like ripping super duper fast down, I was just a tiny bit in my hips in front of my board just to give it the little bit of acceleration it needed. And then in my race after that, after I fell, I lost my mental game and was trying to rip down the trail and stuck my shoulders out and nose dove full speed. And the other thing is to just fully accept the fact that you could slam, because that's like the main thing that holds you back from going max speed is your mind. But just accept the fact that you could slam, get excited about it, and use your hips to accelerate.
Solid answer. And if you guys would like more information on that, be sure to head to the TheFloatLife's YouTube channel. Check out Learning with Leary episode 10. That's the last episode. Yeah, that was the one we almost weren't friends over. That was a good one. All right, Devin the Dude, what's up?
All right. Question for Neil. What's your favorite non-one-wheel board sport?
Non-one-wheel board sport. Holy cow. Before one-wheeling, I did golf, I did softball, I did bowling. I had a million hobbies. Just took care of all of them. I get my fix now really quick with a one-wheel. Board sport, non-one-wheel. Probably wakeboarding. It's probably my favorite. But the slams are pretty brutal. So I like one-wheeling. I like falling on dirt.
Yeah, Neil, you were a mountain biker before, right?
Yeah, I was a mountain biker. That's right. I told you I had a lot of hobbies. It's a past life now. I'm all one wheels now.
That's it. And he so offhandedly mentions golf, like it's like, oh, it's like this is something I used to do. I play golf with him. This guy's a scratch golfer. He shoots par. No joke. It's crazy.
It's those FloatLife tees. They really helped.
Popover polos available now at www.thefloatlife.com. Get them while they last. All right, next question.
Anyone like with a vision of how they'd like to see one wheel competition evolve?
Ooh, good question. Does anyone want to take this one? Bodie. I knew you would. We'll maybe take a couple people on this one for sure.
I personally want to see, in terms of racing, I want to see more features added. For it to be kind of more of almost like a slope style thing, not necessarily like doing tricks on the features, but having, you know, like bolly gaps and drops and like straight like rainbow rides, to where it's not just about being fast and just going straight. It's about being like a well-rounded racer that can like bomb super quick and then get into the mind state of like, ooh, technical, poof, gone, bomb. And I think it would also make it more fun to watch spectator-wise if there's more features and stuff, because people would be slamming more and like making passes over the features. And I also would love to see freestyle kind of go in that direction too, which is tricky though because of what we deal with the one wheels. They're kind of funky to do the tricks on, and like the sensors don't activate, and so it's hard to be ultra consistent. But if freestyle was able to turn into something similar to snowboarding that was like slope style, where it's like top to bottom and there's features and you have a couple options in a couple spots and then there's like some main ones, but I definitely want to see more features in racing, because that would make it more fun to watch and really like test for a well-rounded racer, rider, ripper. Anybody else?
Yeah, so sort of like more border cross style, huh?
Rumble racing.
Yeah, I would definitely, say the same kind of things to Bodie. It's a slope style. I think that's a super sick way to do it, But I also think there should be kind of maybe a few more types of categories of race, in that sense that, we have, we don't even have pint races, which is, not, I think that maybe you could have some obstacle course stuff. There's room to have more types, in the sense that we're going to have the GT. We might have to have a category between that and other ones. And what I really want to see is like long distance rides. I know it's kind of hard to make that happen, but like a good 25-mile ride would be really sweet, because I like riding really hard too, and long. Like when I first got the one wheel, I was like, let's go to the top of the mountain, and like, so like, oh, like some of that stuff, like you can't beat it. It's like you're backpacking while you're one wheeling, and so that'll be like long, and then having like a sweet little half-mile course or even mile and a half with terrain and stuff would be super sweet, where like you could bolt it really fast if you're really good at stuff, or having some options is going to be sweet. I don't want to see the same thing everywhere. I want everyone who throws event to like do it the way they want to do it, and it spreads out, and like I don't want to see this uniform, this race has to be this way, and I think it's going a good way the way it's going.
I think it's also cool, like the race that they do, like the underground race too that they're doing. Like it's just in like seek and shred, like all the kind of different styles you'll have of racing. Like even with the chair racing that we're gonna do later today, just like you have the ORL that's gonna be like the ORL on their boards and everything else, and then you're gonna have the racing that's obviously like the underground racing. We're slapping on the WTFs, we're getting the bangs, and that's gonna be it's going to be a more interesting race, I would say, to watch, rather than just bombing down a fire road, because it's a lot easier to film that. So it's like production wise and stuff like that, it's, I would say, putting on a race for people to see. You want to make it kind of open and stuff like that, and that's, I would say, that's that kind of racing. And then there's going to be the underground, the Strava segments and everything like that, which is just super rad, because then everyone can hit the course and you kind of see where you stack against hundreds of people, which is awesome. So yeah,
cool. Anyone else? All right, so sounds like you guys want to see more features. You want to see them mix it up a little bit, not the same race every time, and F fire roads, right? Yeah. Perfect. We got a question?
I don't have a question because I don't ride, but I can say I'm very proud of my granddaughter, Gabby.
Shout out! I know you've got a question.
Oh yeah, I got plenty. But I have to pick one. So let's say, what's your favorite perk for being a pro?
Oh, good question. Kyle, why don't you start this one off?
Oh, my favorite perk is that I get to ride all the time and whenever I want, pretty much. You know, I live and breathe one wheel. I have a whole shop with it. I ride to work all the time. You know, I ride to the grocery store. So I literally just like live on my one wheel. I wish it would never die so that I could never have to get off of it. That would probably be the best move for me.
Jesse, what's up? Pass it all around, everyone.
I'd have to say the same as Kyle, like just being able to ride all the time, like I ride to the grocery store every day, fucking, you know, just making it more of a lifestyle, you know, bringing the one wheel into your, you know, daily routine. That's how.
And it got you off the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a pro one-wheeler still feels weird to say that, whatever that means. But it's really cool to have Jeff, TheFloatLife, and Tahoe Dave, and the guys that got me into it, hooking me up with stuff and being supportive. And I don't know, it's pretty rad to walk into the shop and not get kicked out. You know, you can just do whatever. And they also, there's perks. Getting to these events is a lot easier when you're a pro because people help organize stuff. They want you there. So that's probably the biggest perk, is getting to go to more events, and it's a little more affordable because you have some help once in a while.
I feel like knowing you're able to like go and ride those trails and like people are excited to go ride with you. Like meeting new people and helping people out it's always fun.
I would just say the community, like meeting everybody. Like I feel like being more in the presence of everything, you get to meet a ton of more people, which is like my favorite thing at events.
I agree with Neil. It's still kind of funny to be called pros because in other board sports, pro riders are on like paychecks from Red Bull and the big companies and stuff, and they make their entire living off of that sport. But right now, the pros that we are is setting a standard and being supported by these companies as best as they can. And honestly, it's been my mission since I've gotten into one-wheeling to create true professional one-wheelers, because for that to really be a thing, there has to be a large industry with companies that have the budgets to have paid riders on contracts to where all of us right here are going to be making our entire living off of riding our one-wheels and going to events and traveling. Because right now we are pros, but we're not. We all have jobs. You know, some few of us, our jobs are in the one-wheel world, in the one-wheel industry. But right now, I myself and all these guys are on a mission to create professional one-wheeling. That's what, you know, Jeff is doing with TheFloatLife. That's what Kyle and AJ are doing with Wheel Fun Stuff. That's what Flux is trying to do. We're all working really hard to make these videos and come out to these races and these events and help build them up and create the infrastructure for us to really be getting paychecks and get Red Bull and Rockstar and Monster's eyes on our sport and get all these other companies' eyes on our sport, paying our athletes to be true professional riders. And so with that being said, I think one of the cool perks of being a quote pro rider is, like Neil said, being able to come to these events and like have people set things up, be excited to see you, help you organize things, get you the tickets that you need. And also definitely, like Zoe said, being able to meet people and help people and have them, you know, look up to us and have that respect to stand on and then give them our love and our knowledge. It's pretty rad. But help us on our mission to create professional one-wheelers by TheFloatLife products.
I probably have to say the support from the community is probably the best. Like, I don't know, it's unlike anything that I've been a part of. And it's like kind of cool because like people you don't even know are just there for you and they just want to see you ride. But yeah.
Yeah, the community is really good at supporting, and also the sponsors that we have are very good. They help me get places there, so it does make it more affordable to get spots. And they just, I guess, see the vision, so it's really cool that they are supportive of me when it's such a small thing right now, and they're putting forth money to get me to the event and then get to hang out with everyone and also like do clinics and help people with tricks or like riding better. It's really fun and it's inspiring, and yeah.
I would say a perk of it is like wherever kind of like you travel, or like if you had family in like Florida or something like that, you could kind of always find a group to ride with. And I feel like there's that opportunity of like I mean, people are from all around the country, and it's just like you can't fly with these boards, and like get to Hawaii, like if we're to go to Hawaii, we can get boards and stuff like that organized. So it's just like so cool to think that we could see this places that we have never seen before, like because we just get a one wheel and we have it around our houses, like our home base. So like for me, like I've been doing van life and stuff, just like having it be like you can go wherever you go, you just have 10-mile radius in every direction, and just that's a huge perk to be able to just have a one wheel wherever you go and have homies that are always around you doing it, and just have group rides going on, and just be able to be a part of everybody's community that is building this up. And yeah, that's, I would say, super rad to be a part of, and super stoked.
A 10-mile radius is cool, but you know, if you get a Pine X, you get 12 to 18-mile radius, just saying.
Totally agree with that. I drove here from New York recently, and just, you know, being able to really easily find people in any city who want to ride was really awesome. And of course, just the help from sponsors with parts and repairs especially, and getting to events really helps a lot.
Right. I guess I'd say, I don't know, being pro right now, it's kind of a mindset. You know, it's like it's a choice, it's a commitment. You know, it's like what you spend your time on. You know, it's right now it's so early. It's, you know, we're, like Bodhi said, we're building the sport into something, and you know, people putting in a lot of work and like determination, and you know, having ideas and making them happen. You know, it's kind of what does that. And kind of like my favorite perk in reality is the ability to just like mentally go 100% and just be like, this is what I'm doing, and I don't like have to feel guilty about going for a ride ever. You know, like I don't have to be like, oh, I should be doing this in a sense, because this is what I want to do. You know, so you know, just get all the stuff you need done outside of one wheeling, so you can just one wheel. You know.
I like it. Thank you guys for your answers on that one. All right, Thomas Clan, what's happening?
We're just having fun.
Sweet. You got any questions for these ones?
A lot of my questions have been answered, so good job, everyone.
Okay.
I will ask one, though.
Ask away.
Okay, so if you have a friend who's had a recent injury and is hesitant to get back on the board, how do you help them?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's direct that to one person. Anyone want to take that one? Tyler does have an injury right now.
I mean,
I can take it.
Oh, Gabby wants it.
I don't like getting other people hurt, but that's me.
I had a pretty serious injury not too long ago, a couple months ago. I broke my humerus bone and I was out for like 3 months. But the biggest thing for me getting back on my board was just like my awareness when I'm riding now, like just being so aware of every little thing on a trail and everything around me at all times, just because like I'm constantly thinking about my fall and like how that affected me and how long it affected me for. So I just would say like take it slow, take your time. You don't have to get into it fast. Like, you know, just do small rides at first and like slowly lean back into it. That's what I did, and I found it worked for me.
Sweet. Next up, we got Lucy.
I was just gonna ask how like Allie gets in the zone, like your racing mode before a race.
Honestly, it's the mung bean for breakfast. I'm telling y'all, you gotta try it. Anyways, I don't know. I just try to stay in a good mood. Like, it's not anything serious anyway. I mean, I'm not like, obviously I want to win, but I'm not like I'd rather be in a good mood about it. So I just try to, one thing, have fun, but also I focus on my breathing when I'm writing. Just like really like controlled breathing, and it keeps me focused. And, but yeah, the biggest thing is trying to like not worry about the competition as much as just like having a good time, because when you worry about the competition more, you don't do as good, honestly. But and Flow State CBD.
Holla.
Check out the TheFloatLife YouTube for the video. What's it called? Ghost Doctor. Ghost Doctor.
Available in both 1,200 and 1,800 milligram formulations. Not intended to treat or any illness. Batteries not included.
Could I add something?
Yeah,
I just
send
wanted
it.
to add that as competitive as we get, sometimes as pros, like you see when we do lose to one of our friends, we're still happy for each other, because at the end of the day, we're just ambassadors for the sport, and it's not that, at least for me specifically. Internally, I want to win, but it's more important to get people into it, keep growing the sport, and I don't know. There's a balance between competitiveness and support, and we need a little bit of both to grow this.
I'm with you. 99% of the top pros have very good sportsmanship skills.
Yeah, a lot of people ask about me and why I'm smiling all the time, and it's just because I'm literally having fun all the time, and especially during races, people get really antsy and like nervous, and if you just like jump around and like have fun and like hoot and holler, like it just like brings up everyone's energy and just makes that racing like so much more of like a full send moment, like just a moment where you're like, this is crazy, like what is going on right now? And like that's the energy I think that helps me go fast and helps like me like push myself, because you're just like, this is so crazy, like how is this even possible? And like that feeling, like I get it right now, even like talking about it, it's just like you can't beat that feeling.
I remember the first time I rode with Gabby. I had never raced with her. I never even rode with her, and I was like, I don't even know who you are, but give me a hug real quick, because I need to pretend we're like friends just on a group ride, and like, because I go I'm trying to race when I'm like on a group ride. I'm just going fast, so I'm like, just pretend you're on a group ride, like, you know, just do that. But yeah, just act natural.
I love it. So smile, be happy, be a good sportsman, and drip some CBD on your mung beans, and you will be so solid on your next race. All right, so here we go. We got the world's best pros right in front of you right now. You got one question. What is that question?
This is kind of for everybody, but what inspires you guys to ride?
Very open-ended. Excited to see where this one goes. Let's might as well start with Allie. Why not?
Well, when I first saw One Wheels, I'm like, oh, they're cool. Like, you can cruise around on them. One, I didn't know they can go on trails and that they went so fast. But I first saw tricks being done, and then I was like, whoa, you can do that? And I have no board experience. I was a cheerleader one year, and that's it. And I was like, just the tricks looked fun. And I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. And then I learned you can go on trails, and then they go really fast. And then there's the community that like really ties it all together in one, and the events. But yeah.
It really inspires me to like do, like, for me, I just like never knew that it went on the sand, and I was just like, I can see every single break that I'm checking just like in a moment. So like that was just like so inspiring to like know that I can get anywhere instead of just using these like two legs or like running. I could just like, it could go, and I can just be anywhere, and everyone's looking at me like, what the heck, how is that guy doing that? And you just see all the videos of like people like, oh, you see the forums of like people eating it really hard, and it's kind of like, it inspires me because like we all know we're gonna pack it, like we are all gonna eat it on the dirt, and it's kind of just a reminder of like you get back on, and it's like you dust yourself off, and that's what inspires me about the board. It's like it's just such a cool device, and we're on digital hardware just flowing through our feet, which is so sick. So it just inspires me that we're building this board sport, and yeah, it's tight.
Great metaphor for life. Jake, what inspires you to ride your One Wheel XR Plus?
I just like going fast, and it's basically a form of therapy. Like, it always makes me feel better when I ride. So.
Best antidepressant out there. Love it. Floaty, what you think?
I mean, I started one wheeling actually at a music festival, kind of like this one. It was cool, you know. It was the coolest way to get around, you know. Like everybody else was just walking, you know. Like the stage is way over there, and they're just like they got like 3 miles to walk. It's a big festival, you know. And then my buddy's got 2 one wheels, you know. Jump on that thing. I went like twice as fast as he was going. And I was like, okay, I should probably get one of these things, you know. And ever since then, we've been right here.
Kyle.
Yes, sir. What inspires me to ride is probably the stoke of all you guys and all these guys out here. Everyone is always so stoked. I love to show off tricks and shit. It's so fun. I can't get over it. Yeah. Literally some stranger who does not one wheel called me a professional show off in like Milwaukee somewhere. It was great. It was hilarious. It made our morning. It was awesome. But no, for real. And like what Jake was saying about therapy, the therapy is real. Like you get this flow when you're like, especially when you're just mobbing a trail like just at the right speed and you're just like carving through it. Like you just forget about whatever you're doing and just mob through the trees. It's real. Like that freedom you get, pretty good. Cannot beat it.
Very nice. Jesse?
What inspires me to ride is
Terp
the
slurps.
community. Yeah. Yeah. Performance enhancing mushrooms, terp slurps. No, but for real though, the community and just like seeing everybody's, just like everyone's always stoked and happy. The boys, like from the first time I met all the boys, everyone just like, from the first time I met all the boys, they like welcomed me in with open arms and like, it's just been great. Yeah, the community is awesome.
These guys pretty much covered it. It's meditation. It's a community that you can be a part of if you're not a jerk. You know, everyone's nice. And what's the biggest thing? I don't know. The more I ride, my life's just improved. My family life's improved. I've gotten new friends. So yeah, the more I ride, it's just life has improved for me. So I'm gonna keep it going.
I personally feel like when like I get that adrenaline in my body and it makes me excited to go like ride with my friends or family, and how everyone can, like when they ride, they all can ride however they want. Like no one has to ride the same, and so.
The thing that inspires me to ride is my dad. He's the one that got me into one-wheeling from the start, and he's kept me going like one-wheeling. Like I've from day one been riding with him, Neil, and Austin, like trying to keep up with them, and that's what made me so fast, so quick. So yeah, just a little thank you.
Shout out #1 sponsor.
What inspires me to ride is stoke. You know, this the true energy of excitement, of pure presence. I unfortunately tend to be an overthinker about just about everything, and my mind never stops unless I'm on my one wheel. And it's funny, I ride so much, and sometimes I still get him in my head when I'm on my board. But I had this realization a few months back, and I was like, okay, I need to remind myself every time I'm riding my one wheel, listening to music, I'm doing my favorite thing on the planet. And it was cool to kind of like actually articulate that, because that's how I feel every time I'm on my board, is like I'm doing my favorite thing. And so that peace, that tranquility, that excitement, that stoke, the creativity is what brings me back and inspires me to continue riding and surfing the earth.
I would probably have to say the thing that inspires me the most is riding with the homies or watching the homies ride, because there's times when I'm just not feeling it and I see the homies riding, having a good time, and I'm like, man, what am I doing? I need to ride with the homies. So I would say riding with the homies.
Boom. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. I'm almost afraid to have Keaton ask a question here for anyone that knows Keaton. Keaton, I'm going to hold you to one person up here. One person. Ask your second favorite question, because I know your first one's probably going to be something that's not very PG-13. What do you got?
All right, Jesse, when was the last time you checked your hardware on your board before a ride?
Good question.
Like checked
if they were loose or anything.
Yeah.
checked if I had loose screws and shit.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
I rebuilt. So I bricked a board 3 days ago. Fucking brought. I had to like build a board the first day I got here, and I like.
Loose screws.
Yeah, I didn't let Bob do it because I wasn't gonna make him do it right when he pulled up. So I just had him give me all the tools, and I did it. And if you're like riding one wheels hardcore, you need to learn how to work on your board. It's just shit breaks, one wheels fucking, they fuck up, but you can fix them. This guy right here that I'm talking to, if you don't know, he's like one of the masters of fixing boards.
Yeah, he's definitely the second best guy at the TheFloatLife to fix boards.
Yeah, Jeff's jefe, el numero uno.
Number two.
yeah.
All right, thank you, Jesse. Appreciate it. All right, you guys, we're running low on time, so we're gonna fire through this real quick. So, one person, one question. What do we got?
This one's for you, Jeff.
Ooh.
I'm not on stage.
Well, oh, do you not count?
No, you're good. Fire.
All right. So if you didn't have the float shop and this whole thing going, tell me like one thing that you would dream of doing that you'd be doing right now.
Oh, that's a great question. I have no idea. I was slinging solar panels before this. And so, yeah, big shout out to One Wheeling and TheFloatLife and stuff. I don't have to work a real job. That's sick. Plus, like, look at all these new friends that I've made. This is the craziest part is, like, you buy a One Wheel and it comes with a big group of friends. That's crazy. So, super hyped on that. Shout out to the community. Shout out to all you guys. You guys are all amazing, especially everyone up here on stage. I love every single one of you. And you said you got one more question real quick?
Yeah, where's my office contract?
Yo, I told you, we don't need HR just yet. We're probably going to have some lawsuits really soon, so maybe we need an HR. That's probably going to be Keaton involved in it. All right, Brandon, what's up?
All right, this question's for Zoe. What's your favorite thing to do outside of one wheeling?
Great question.
I actually do a lot of different things. Like,
One favorite thing.
one favorite thing, probably track. Yeah.
Oh, so
I do.
she's really good at running out nosedives.
You could say that.
Nice. All right, quick question.
For the trick masters, is there any trick that was embarrassing on how long it took to learn it, even though now you're well known as being really good?
Curb nudges for sure. I don't know. That's what she said.
That's what she
We're all
said.
saying curb nudges over here because it took me a ridiculous amount of time. I was very embarrassed because I was hitting nose slides and like doing like body varials on with my nose slides and still couldn't hit it. Like I still had to pick up my board to go over a curb. It was ridiculous. And then one day it just clicked, and now I'm like, can't believe I couldn't do that. Yeah. Yeah, we all agree.
Love it. So
Anything
curb
else?
nudges, toughest one for sure. Jake, you got something different?
Curb nudges, where the height of the curb is exactly as high as the bottom of your bumper. The bane of my existence. I just hate those.
Yeah, I agree. Unless you got bang bumpers with that pop tech, you get that nose up a little higher. What? All right, cool. Tommy, you got something?
All right, Neil, with the GT coming out, do you see yourself sticking with the XR or do you want to go with the GT?
Great question.
I actually haven't ordered a GT. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to be a rebel and just try and beat these guys on a CBXR. Unless I like absolutely can't race against them and I'm forced, then we'll see. But I'm resistant right now. Yeah.
Maybe we yank the internals and throw in a new frame or something. Let's figure it out. Good to go.
Yeah, I'll test that.
Yeah. Hey, let them work the kinks out. I get it. I know you're always down to test everything, so we're good to go. One last question. This is going to be the best question the whole event. I'm really excited about it.
It's a quick question for everybody, real quick. What's your favorite thing to listen to while riding?
Great question. Favorite one song? And who's got the mic? Who's got the mic? All right, Neil, fire it off.
I don't listen to music when I ride. I like the sound of the ground and the tire, and I like to hear the motor winding up, and that's how I know when I'm in a nosedive, really.
100%. Zoe, favorite song?
No music.
No music.
Bodhi got me into drum and bass, and that's kind of my new riding music. Only races though, like when it's like, you know, like 4 people racing against each other. That's when I'll listen to music.
Drum and bass all day, every time. One wheeling is drum and bass. Drum and bass is one wheeling.
One wheeling is life. Lige.
Drum and bass.
When racing, definitely drum and bass. But with every other riding, probably I would listen to Lil Uzi Vert.
I'm gonna be honest, I used to listen to people screaming at me, but I recently stopped listening to music while riding, and it's very, you can focus on your breathing, and like I feel like I perform better that way.
I listen to like
Just one song.
One song.
Just one song. There's no wrong answers.
No, I would say I would definitely. Can I give an artist?
Yes.
An artist. Okay.
There's no rules here.
Genre. No, I would say drum and bass and techno for like. Or I listen to rap actually, like heavy. Actually, for the Race for the Rail, they didn't let us wear earpods, so I just like pulled out my phone and just hit play on some rap, and I was just like, dang. This is hard. Like,
yeah, that was interesting. There's a rule at Race for the Rail that it was illegal to wear an earbud.
Yeah, not even one.
I mean, they got some dumb rules there, but that one might have taken the cake.
You could get injured if you had it in.
Oh, of course.
No, you could get injured.
You could get injured.
Makes sense. All right, Jake, favorite song while riding?
I'm gonna go Stir Fry, Migos.
Okay. If you guys didn't know, Jake is from the streets. Floaty.
All right, everyone's saying drum and bass, but I'm gonna give you an artist to listen to. Alex Perez. Alex with the I.
Alix? Okay, cool.
Everyone said drum and bass. I just remembered I listened to bass and drum. But it's a secret.
Always going against the grain, this guy. All right, Jesse, you got something?
Drum and bass, or like, I don't know, I'm gonna give you an artist. Look up On Hell on SoundCloud. All of his remixes are fucking sick. Dude, that guy makes me want to go fast. Like, straight up. And shout out to Floaty McFly for putting me on.
If I'm mobbing trails, I don't have headphones in. I'm listening to the tire because it just is the best sound ever. And you can really focus on like anything that's coming up or anything, you can really focus on it. But if I'm jamming in like the warehouse or something, I'll have some like loud rock or like screamo just blasting. You're like, bah! And you're like,
this explains a lot.
Shout out Lighter Birds.
All right, you guys, I think that's it. We are out of time, so we're going to wrap up the first ever Ask the Pros session. Let's get a big round of applause for all these folks for taking the time out of their day to do this. Awesome. And thank you all for coming. We'll see you around. What's the next event we got right now, Manuel?
Dang. So much new knowledge, opinions, information about some pro one-wheel riders. Hope you guys enjoyed that panel. We've been talking about doing some type of podcast stuff lately, so if you want to see us do more podcast Q&A type stuff, let us know. And then watch that video. Much love. Catch you later.